action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by... The Hornets secure the opening tip as they...
Substitutions, Charlotte. Substitutions, Chicago.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Porter. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I'll look out for that same move on the next possession, though.
Hornets at the controls of this one. And he'll head to the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Nope, first one does not go. Off the mark, 0 for 2 at the line. Jumper's good.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
Parker into the front court. Now down 6. Has a look. Parker can't connect.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Short jumper off the mark. Robin Lopez follows up with the putback.
You see, Ed, that's the advantage of growing up playing with and against a twin. A lot of fights, a lot of physicality, and controlling the glass is everything.
Screen coming to Parker. Tony Parker missed his first. That one goes.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Hornets right now in possession. Here comes the screen. Marvin Williams, defended by the former Hoya. Shot clock to 4 for Charlotte. Almost, but no good. And a pass taken away by Charlotte. Miles Bridges to Parker. 4-3. Off the mark. To Markkanen. Oh, he had him there for a second. To Porter. With a drop step. Shot clock violation. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. With the basket after a nice drop step.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
To Parker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That no good. Off the mark. Porter. From long range. Yes! Three-pointer is good.
It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble, off a quick pass, or off an ISO. When the ball's in this young player's hands, something just feels right.
To Miles Bridges. Beyond the arc for 3. Misfires. It's no good. Bulls have it. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
Woo! This rookie is a high flyer. He brings that kind of pro-am vibe to the NBA, and it's fun to watch.
Knocked knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Oh, had him going there for a second. Has a chance? No good. The defender was a little too close for comfort. Parker with it. Trailing by 15. Oh, big finish at the rim. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Charlotte basketball. Laurie Markkinen sends it away. Plays like that could turn a game around. Parker, there's a pass stolen by Chicago. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Parker into the front court. His guys down big. Off the mark. Nothing going here on that drive. And throws it down.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Parker with it. Down a bundle. The Hornets with 4 to shoot. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
Pretty fortunate to get that kind of a good look with the shot clock winding down.
Bulls with the basketball. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Shot clock to 4 for Charlotte. Fires the three. Not getting the bounce. To Markkinen. Fires the three. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Parker into the front court. He'll run the offense. Tony Parker, he's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Kicks it around the perimeter to Markkinen. Here's a chance from long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. Monk against Porter. Here comes the screen. Short jumper off the mark. To Porter. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Miles Bridges.
Hey, watch the screen leg.
Gets a look. Can't hit.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Now a timeout from the Hornets coach as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Oh, Carter with the rejection.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Pulled down by Batum. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Deep three at the buzzer. The first quarter's complete. It has been all Bulls.
Substitutions, Chicago. Subbing in for the Hornets.
It's a turnover as they head the other way.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
He took the bait and he hits.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Kemba Walker. Deep left corner. Here comes the screen. For three, it's done with the rebound. To Markkanen. To Zach LaVine. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. To Walker. Trying to cash in. And a putback slam.
And I'm telling you right now, there's always going to be a home for a player in this league for a guy who does the cleanup work around the rim like that.
To LaVine. Done to Zach LaVine. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Wendell Carter. From the outside, no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Not that time.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big at this time.
Stuffs it down with authority.
A two-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Throws it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Now whistle, and Charlotte is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at three coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Chicago basketball. And there's the whistle. Neither player giving up an inch. We have a tie-up. They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. LaVine. Off the iron. No good. Batum to Kemba Walker. Lets it fly from long range. No good. To LaVine. Zach LaVine. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Walker. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans can never do, even if you're not known for it.
And scores.
Ed, here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
To Wendell Carter. Driving right to the basket. The pass set it all up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
It's Chicago ball. A pass stolen by the Hornets. Probing the defense. To Walker. Curling inside. Right time. Right player.
Can't teach height.
To Markkanen. Done. Slams it down.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Walker with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Has a look. Wide open look, won't go. To Markkanen. Rebound snared by Kid Gilchrist. Has a chance. Can't connect. Great look and vision. Had a good look there, but it's no good. To Chris Dunn. Gets it in the right corner. Markkanen.
Double. Pick it up. Got it. Good trap.
4-3. Tough shot for Markkanen. No good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
To Kemba Walker. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Wendell Carter at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Charlotte with the basketball. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First try at the line, no good. Misses the second as well. Done. Tough make through traffic.
Man, I've seen this kid play with some grown men prior to making it to the league. As my old friend would say, same pan, same grease.
Now a timeout coming here from the Hornets coach, as he'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. It's rebounded by the Bulls. Levine, great feed, sets it up. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Batum. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Count the basket at the rim.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Hornets have the basketball.
I got him.
Nothing going here on that drive. Can't connect. Oh, follows and finishes.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Trying to cash in, knocks it down, off the step back.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Hey, lock up.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
To Zach Levine.
Ball.
Hornets at the controls of this one. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. To Wendell Carter.
I got him. Trap. Got him.
Levine. To Markkanen. The drive, right to the basket. Old school, backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
From the painted area, won't go down. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Unconventional to say the least. It's no good. Nice finish at the rim. Straight on three. At the buzzer. Good. A three at the buzzer. Everything going right so far as they've extended the lead. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are...
Things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
To Porter. Markkanen. Robin Lopez. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
To Markkanen. Gets it in the left corner. From long range. That's off the side of the rim. Short. To Walker.
Here we go.
Has a look. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Trying to hit 50, but it's no good. Robin Lopez, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Bulls with the rock. To Porter. Oh, emphatic slam.
Everything about Porter is so low-key. No social media, and he's one of the few high-caliber NBA players that manages to stay out of the public eye while producing at an elite level in a number of categories.
It goes down.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Okay, look, not everything is going to make it into the scouting report.
Walker into the front court. Down a bundle.
Big pick right there.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Shot from the lane won't go. Got it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys down big. Shot from in close, no good.
Back down, yo. Back down.
To Lopez. Robin Lopez. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Chicago with the possession. To Markkanen. Beyond the arc for 3. And it's Williams there to secure the rebound. Across the timeline, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. And scores. Strong take.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Miles Bridges. A bad pass, and the Bulls have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Runner's good there.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Lopez. Otto Porter looking good. 4 for 5.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Big finish at the rim.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Bulls with it.
Here we go.
To Markkanen. Nice pass to set things up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
I got ball.
It's a turnover as they head the other way. To Lopez. Robin Lopez. The defense is really going to have to start paying attention. He's 5 for 5 for the field.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And he burns them.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Walker. To the rim, lays it up and in.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Chicago possession. To Markkanen. Cody Zeller, huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Batum up against Porter. Slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
Deep right corner. Walker buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Wendell Carter. And he finishes at the rim.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Walker won't go down. The follow won't go either. To Wendell Carter. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. Parker with it. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Batum.
Watch Cutter, watch Cutter, watch Cutter.
Has a chance. Not that time.
Got him. Good trap, good trap.
Fires the three. Oh, he hits the three.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
Charlotte basketball. To Nick Batum. Tony Parker against Porter. Batum. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Rises for the slam.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Parker. The rebound cleared by the Bulls. To Porter. Great feed. Fires the three. Another chance. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Charlotte with the basketball. Parker.
I got ball. I got ball.
Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Defense making the ball handler work. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Are in the penalty.
To Parker. And look out. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
To Porter. Here's a chance from long range. And out of Porter, so smooth. Catch and shoot, buries the three.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Miles Bridges. Going to launch beyond the arc. That one off the mark. It's no good. Shot won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. Nice cushion for the Bulls. The Bulls in possession as we start the fourth quarter, and they have done no wrong to this point. They have this game well in control.
They took control early, and they never let up. The scary thing about this team, if they keep their foot on the gas and then throttle it down, they can win this game by 50.
I'm here. I got
To Batum.
Here, coming left.
Here comes the screen. Batum up against Porter. For three. Nick Batum forcing that one. No good. To Porter. Markkanen. Lets it fly from long range. Buries the three.
Well, there you have it. The defense just took notice of this young player on that previous shot. Guarantee you they won't leave him open next time.
Screen coming to Kemba Walker. To Nick Batum. Gets it in the right corner. 4-3, and it's good.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Only stop the clock for all of us.
Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line.
Entering the game for Hornets, number 2, Martin Williams.
Match up.
To Walker. Porter grabs the board. Short jumper misses. Porter.
I got your help here.
To Lopez.
Double.
Swing it right here.
Markkanen to Porter. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That won't go. Walker. Off the assist.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Porter. They'll get it down low to Lopez. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Bulls have it. To Lopez. Takes stock of the floor. From long range. Pulled down by Batum. To Kemba Walker. Nikola Batum. Now 3 for 9.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Count the bucket for 2.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Walker with the basketball. Down a bundle. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. To Markkanen. Markkanen slams it down. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on a defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative, because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither. Hornets have the basketball. Walker. To Batum. Knocked loose. Driving right to the basket. He gets it. Now the Bulls will take the timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Short jumper off the mark. To Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line, because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Batum. Walker. Can't connect. It's no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
You're on the island now.
Walker. To Nick Batum. Walker. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Knocked loose. Bulls with the basketball. To Wendell Carter. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. It's a turnover as they head the other way. To Chris Dunn. Gets to the basket and scores.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Deep left corner. That's rebounded by Chicago. Levine. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
Ooh, someone's been working on their game in the offseason, but let's not get carried away.
To Batum. Here comes the screen. Walker to Nick Batum. Trying to cash in. Gets a shot up off the mark.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Hornets at the controls of this one. To Batum. Done. And 2 points to the board.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's so hard to guard a bad shooter. Their form throws your pace off on how you defend it. Sometimes there's nothing you can do.
Walker to Nick Batum. Walker to Batum. Shot clock to 4 for Charlotte. Has a look. Nikola Batum, 4 out of 10.
Oh my goodness! Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
Screen coming. Walker. Fires the 3. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
Fires the 3. Second effort. Tough make through traffic.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Chicago basketball. Ah, the monster stuff.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Walker into the front court. His guys down big. Batum to Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
To Porter. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Into the front court, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. The Bulls with the rebound. Short jumper off the mark. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Looking to make something happen. It was right there. To Levine. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Walker to Nick Batum. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Here's a chance from long range. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Knocks it down from mid-range. Long heave from three-quarters court. The Bulls take this one as they cruise to win a game that was never really...
Player of the game.